There's a pattern taking place here. Can you see it? Wait, hold on, let me put these on you. Maybe that'll help. There you go. That should make things a bit more clear. Eyewear and fashion is always something that gets overlooked when evaluating the full context of someone's outfit. But what if I told you there's a small-scale revolution taking place on the face of many of fashion's most noteworthy tastemakers? From big frame prescription glasses to keychainable capybara frames and every style variation in between, I think it's about time we talk about one of the most subtle style trends taking place right now in 2024. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Drew. What it do? It's nice to meet you. Let's talk about glasses and sunglasses. Now, eyewear has been a part of the lifestyle of human beings for over 700 years. That's a damn long time. The introduction of glasses date all the way back to its invention in 1286 in Italy. It's said to be that Salvino de Amarti combined two magnifying lenses of glass on a hinge to create the very first version of wearable frames. Fast forward to 2024, and where we've taken the technology is truly unbelievable. Now, I say that, but also in some ways, I feel like glasses over the last 700 years have remained true to their original invention and their original form. I guess it all depends on what sort of glasses that we're talking about. When it comes to evaluating what is trendy right now, I think there are three different versions of glasses that have been super popular, wildly popular within the last 18 months or so. Number one, we have big frame glasses, aka oversized frames. These style of frames come from 60s and 70s disco era fashion and represent a changing in the tide of the cultural current for what is acceptable to be expressed via fashion. The 60s and 70s embody change, experimentation, protest, and peace. These frames embody and embolden those ideas from that era. And similarly to the 60s and 70s, the 2020s are another period in time in which these ideas are in the forefront of the minds of fashion's current tastemakers. I think one of the most interesting tastemakers who's currently wearing oversized frames is the current menswear creative director for Louis Vuitton, Pharrell Williams. And if you know anything about Pharrell, he often references these ideologies from the 60s, 70s, 80s, these moments in time that talk about peace or talk about self-satisfaction or personal growth or all of these things and elements that are weaved into his current mode of how he operates and talks about fashion. They tend to pull from these ideas from the 60s and 70s that embolden the style that came from that era. But it doesn't even need to be all that deep. Oversized frames are flattering, they look cool, and I think for a lot of people who obviously didn't grow up in the 60s and 70s and are discovering the style for the first time, it's newness to their style. It's something that brings a bit of novelty to what they're wearing. And novelty in fashion, whether it's cyclical or whether it's something completely new, is sometimes all you need for a trend to kind of blossom up and grow into its own. We're also deeply embedded within a moment where the 2020s are referencing things from the 20th century. It's cyclical in that nature because everyone just loves things from the past right now. And of course, if people are already referencing things from the 80s and 60s and 70s and 90s and 2000s, when it comes to pant silhouettes and shirt styles and lapel styles, why wouldn't they also reference something as simple as the frames that come from those eras as well? In my opinion, I love the way that these oversized frames look on the people who are deciding to wear them. These style of frames do a lot to make simple outfits look more elevated. And if you've already nailed things such as the proper use of layering within an outfit and or just being able to weave accessories tastefully within an outfit, then adding an oversized pair of frames is just the cherry on top of the sundae for the look that you're going for. And everyone loves the cherry on top of the sundae, right? Or maybe you hate the cherry on top of the sundae, but I like it. This is a conversation though. I would love to know what you think about oversized frames down in the comments. I want to read about it. I want to know what you think. Number two, there are the office chic frames that have absolutely dominated women's wear over the last 24 months. Recently, I've been watching Sex and the City with Lauren and been loving it, by the way, because of the fashion, the storytelling, the writing, everything is fantastic. And the character that embodies this kind of office chic aesthetic the most is Kristen Davis's character, Charlotte. Now, before I get ahead of myself, let's talk about what exactly is office chic and how it's been so popular over the last 2, maybe year and a half. Sometimes referred to as office core or academia or even like dark academia. Basically, it refers to a style that pulls from 2000s corporate attire and elevates it to a status of cool. Brands like Gentle Monster are masterful at weaving this sort of tech office chic look into really fun and highly juxtaposed types of eyewear. Office chic frames are like librarian frames. They tend to be slimmer, oval shaped, often super subdued when it comes to how you maybe perceive them within an outfit. And I think really like watching Sex and the City, Charlotte's character captures the mold for office chic perfectly, especially when she's at her art gallery. These frames are also often referred to as Bayonetta frames, which I believe is a call to Japanese video game character Bayonetta, who wears similar style eyeglasses in the game. Bayonetta glasses are incredibly popular for Gen Zers and younger audiences on TikTok, who are pulling from the more Y2K aesthetic. But the frames also play very well with this office chic academia look, kind of like a cool nerd look. Now, this is what I'm saying when I'm talking about office chic as it pertains to women's wear. When I'm talking about menswear, it looks more like Ivy style or American Ivy style versus that office chic style. And by Ivy style, these frames tend to look a bit more professorial, but it's like professor made cool in a very contemporary way. Office chic is like the main style trend taking place in particular, especially when it comes to eyewear, but there also is something there when we're talking about American Ivy, Black Ivy, and Japanese Ivy, which may have all sounded the same, but hopefully I put some text on the screen to explain it. Ivy, and Ivy. You got it. And finally, number 3, we have sportswear glasses. The culture around running and sportswear has taken on a new life of its own in 2024. Running gear, and more specifically running eyewear, is so hot right now that I can't believe there isn't more of a discussion around the entire zeitgeist that is running gear. From Oakley to District Vision to Bandit, and let's not forget to mention On Cloud and all the things that are going on with that, and Zendaya and all the stuff when it comes to running gear. These types of glasses are absolutely dominating. I think there's a case to be made that more people are running in 2024 than at any point in human history. That's the kind of mode in which running gear and like the aesthetic of running has had an influence on the people who are engaging with this type of content and these type of people on social media. And there's something that's also just undeniably visually interesting about runners' frames. They tend to have a very aggressive and serious look to them, and even if you aren't running, a lot of folks have opted to push the idea for what context these frames can be worn in. And a brand like Oakley has always been inextricably linked to culture in the way of people like Michael Jordan, Madonna, Dennis Rodman, and others wearing them outside of their field of arena or outside of their performative arena. I think it's important to note when we're talking about Oakleys here, there's a particular association that people had or maybe still have about the brand and who wears Oakleys. I think what's taking place now is that there actually is a real shift when it comes to the brand's perception on who wears Oakleys in the 2020s, and as a result, the people and the tastemakers and the individuals who are stylizing and making Oakleys feel cool and fresh and new again are not representing what Oakleys used to be associated with, I would say 5 to 7 years ago, or maybe not even that long ago, maybe just what they used to be associated with. This new wave is completely reinvigorating the genre and bringing new creativity to the eyewear, sportswear category. One of the things that I absolutely love about fashion is that it's this ever-evolving, ongoing conversation that plays out in real time based on the decisions that you and I make as consumers. When talking about the future of eyewear, there are 2 pillars or 2 ideas that stand out to me: sustainability and technology, and how these 2 elements will impact the future of the eyewear genre. One of the biggest threats for every category within fashion is the concern for sustainability within fashion. And Sustainable eyewear, from using recycled materials to using biodegradable materials, will eventually become the future of eyewear and for the glasses category. Now, when we're talking about the implementation of technology within glasses, I think the pair that I have on right now are a perfect example of where we're headed when it comes to the future of eyewear. These are Meta's Ray-Ban Wayfarers, and these glasses are absolutely insane. They can record video, take photos, play music, answer questions, and you can do that all with your voice in a pair of glasses. The Ray-Bans are a good example of how technology will totally change the way we interact with eyewear. But I also think that it's not just about being able to do the same thing as you can with your phone, as you can with a pair of glasses. I think it also comes down to the idea that glasses, from a technological standpoint, have and will continue to progress and improve and change. The materials will be used will be different. The style of frames will be different. It's going to be really interesting to see how eyewear progresses in the future. Even when I look at the landscape today, there are tons of frames that have been iconic for the last 30, 40 plus years, right? That's a long time for something to be dominated by a category. And of course, there are new ideas being implemented. There are new types of frames, new materials, new themes for eyewear that have been introduced. But it's hard to tell what will be adopted by a large group of people and what will stay niche and relatively obscure to the masses. As a personal bold prediction, I do think that technology companies like Meta, like Apple, like Google will implement something in the future that has a profound effect on how we view and interact with eyewear. And if these glasses are an example of that, the first example of that, they're the worst example, because as time moves forward, these types of technologies will only get better and better and better and be able to be used in very small frames and be able to be used as like clip-ons and just, I don't know, there'll be things that'll happen that'll kind of feel very sci-fi-y, which kind of already feels like it's taking place with these. If there's something I miss when it comes to eyewear trends, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear what you think about the state of sunglasses and eyeglasses. Do you wear glasses of any kind, whether they are sunglasses, eyeglasses? I wear more sunglasses in the summer, so let's just hang out down in the comments, okay? As always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2024, so that means I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity to you and more. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day. Abianto. Peace. Yo, what is good, post vid? Hopefully you're having a good day today. Here to fist bumps for the one time. Bop. Let me get a peace ring fist bump for you guys too. Come on. Don't slouch out on me, bro. Right here. Bop. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. It means the world to me. For the post vid question of the day, I want to ask you, how often do you wear some type of glasses? It could be glasses, like prescription glasses, or it could be sunglasses. I'd be curious to know. I have regular prescription glasses, so I've been wearing glasses for a very, very long time. Before it was cool, when people used to call me Four Eyes. And then I also wear sunglasses now a lot more because I have contacts. And when it comes to wearing contacts or wearing sunglasses, I wear sunglasses probably 3 to 4 times a week, if not more, depending on how sunny it is. Especially in the summer, it's really sunny right now, and it's not sunny today, but I'd probably still wear sunglasses because it's bright out there. But let me know how often you wear sunglasses, #PVV when you answer, to let me know that you're a part of the post vid. You made it to the end of the video. Shout out to you. You're a real one. And yeah, see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed the video.